Pierre Poilievre in mid-season form, let me tell you, in the House yesterday, talking about blackface leaving his teacher's role in mid-semester. I asked him that question back in the parliamentary debates. The parliamentary press debate back in 2019.
Right.
Oh, yeah, never got a straight answer, just that he was a very, very popular teacher. Oh, yeah, blackface? How popular? Because, it's very unusual when a teacher resigns midterm. It's even more unusual that a teacher brings his or her lawyer into the principal's office to talk about the resignation. Yeah, nothing suspicious to see here, Drea.
Yeah.
But let's see what Mr. Poilievre has to say, and I want to get your opinion after the clip.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I was a high school teacher before getting into politics, and I'm having a little trouble remembering what exactly the job that the Leader of the Opposition had before getting into politics. Mr. Speaker, we have a plan to fight climate change. We have a plan to continue to move forward on supporting Canadians with a grocery rebate, with a growing economy, with great middle-class jobs. We're delivering health care supports for Canadians from coast to coast to coast, delivering dental care that has helped 300,000 kids access dental care over the past number of months, including 1,100 in his own riding. Mr. Speaker, we will continue to be there for Canadians.
Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Yes, and he left right in the middle of the semester, and I'm having trouble remembering why. Now, Mr. Speaker. He certainly wasn't a math teacher. He certainly was not a math teacher.
Oh, no, he wasn't a math teacher, Drea, because that grocery rebate blackface drones on about, that doesn't even come close to matching the amount so many Canadians are paying in these ever-increasing carbon taxes. Give me a break.
The mic dropped so hard there with Pierre. I'm really surprised that he went there. And, for those of you who don't know, you said a little bit about it, but it's an unconfirmed rumor that, the reason why he left so suddenly is because of something inappropriate with a student. So for him to go there is great. I've seen critics say, oh, he's, the Conservatives are peddling conspiracy theories. But like you said, you went there too. Rebel News went there too. Yep. I think both you and our former colleague, Cian Bexte, when we're working with Rebel, we're the only journalists, right? Am I right to ask that question? I don't know if we have a clip of any of that, but I think it's worth that refreshing to show that journalists should have been asking that question too. Efron's working, our producer's working by himself today, so I don't know if that's handy. But you didn't get in. And correct me if I'm wrong, is it not after you guys asked that question that then Rebel started getting censored, or were you already being refused entry?
You know what? I'm going by memory, Drea. Of course, for 2019 and 2021, we had to go to federal court and get a judge to force our admission in there. In 2019, our questions were answered, although they were non-answers. In 2021, both Jagmeet Singh and Blackface played the "I don't recognize you as a valid media organization. I will not answer your questions," even though, and that's not a kick in the gonads to us, Drea. That's a kick to our audience. That's a kick to the democratic process. That's a kick to the court that said we are a legitimate media organization and we should be in there. But no, Blackface, like any dictator, he's above the courts, Drea. And I do believe we have a clip. I believe it's from 2019 of Cian Bexte. So let's check out the PM.
Your campaign or any other agents secured non-disclosure agreements from anyone about inappropriate sexual personal conduct?
No.
Follow-up, the 2001 yearbook from West Point Grey Academy says that you and convicted sex offender Christopher Ingvaldson made a young student's, quote, life at WPGA a lot more interesting / amusing, end quote. How did you two keep her amused?
We were teachers.
Now you're going to have...
Unbelievable. And also, Drea, if our audience might have forgotten or never saw it, both Cian and I at the time, not only did we go out to BC, this was before you were on board, but we also flew down to South Carolina, where that teacher, who's part of that infamous Arabian Nights photo with Trudeau in full blackface yet again, we tried to get some answers from her. Well, the result was nobody answered the door when I was there. When Cian got there, the police were called. So there is some kind of ominous gag order, I suspect, in that nobody will talk about it, or they're just bloody terrified to talk about it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'd love to get to the bottom of that some way. Maybe someday it will come out. Now, what was the dig that Trudeau was trying to make at Poilievre there about his previous job? Is it that Poilievre has pretty much always been in politics? Is that what he's trying to say?
You know, it's amazing because, I mean, coming from blackface, the part-time drama teacher and occasional bodyguard, and I know that's rich. I mean, you know, that is just absolutely astonishing. And you know what? I will take Pierre Poilievre's mind over that of Justin Trudeau. I can hardly wait whenever the election is, probably next year, but at the latest 2025, Drea. I can hardly wait for the first debate. I think Poilievre is going to make mincemeat of blackface. And by the way, one side note, because super producer Ephraim passed it along, and it was about Andrew Coyne. He's a columnist at the Globe and Mail. I consider him to be the most boring man in mainstream media journalism today. I mean, and that's a sin to me, Drea. I think in this business, be good, be bad, be so bad you're good, but for God's sakes, don't be boring. And typically, when I'm into the third paragraph of an Andrew Coyne column, it's another recipe for Sominex. But he called Pierre a thug, evidently, and don't forget, Andrew Coyne, if he is a conservative, this is one of these, you know, Aaron O'Toole conservatives, John Charest conservatives, you know, really conservative light. And I want to point this out because, you know, Andrew Coyne doesn't have the decency to say, oh, by the way, full disclosure, which is this. His cousin, Deborah Coyne, is the mother of Pierre Elliott Trudeau's love child, you know.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So in a way, I guess that makes her, would it be Andrew Coyne's half sister or something like that? I mean, I can never figure out these family lines. And there's a famous photo, by the way, and it's Pierre Elliott Trudeau's funeral. I believe it was 1999, if memory serves. And they're
further back, right? Like
they're in steerage class, right?
Yeah.
Or stowage class. And the Trudeau boys, they're right up at ringside. So a little bit of, I don't know, family apartheid going on, whether or not you're a full Trudeau or not. So, I mean, please, Mr. Coyne, spare us your righteousness and have the decency as a journalist to say, full disclosure, I'm actually related to the Trudeau family.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a clip from something we call Rebel News Daily. It's our daily live stream hosted by my friend David Menzies, but the show also includes a rotating cast of hosts and special guests, including me. It's a great way for us to talk about the news of the day as the news is happening in an unscripted fashion, and it's an awesome way for you to interact with us as well. We stream every weekday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Mountain, wherever you find Rebel News. See you there.